The alarm had barely stopped ringing when everything went wrong. One choice, one moment. A poor single dad stood at a crossroads, unaware that his next decision would change his life forever. He was running late for the most important interview of his life, but a frail old woman collapsed right in front of him. What he didn't know was that kindness would carry a price, and a miracle. Before we begin, take a second to support stories like this. Subscribe to the channel, like this video, and share your thoughts in the comments. Your support helps your channel name bring more meaningful, heartfelt stories about kindness and humanity to life. Now, let's begin. Marcus Hill woke up before sunrise, as he always did. His small apartment was quiet except for the hum of the old refrigerator and the soft breathing of his 7-year-old daughter, Lily, sleeping on the couch. Marcus had given her the bed again. He didn't mind. He never did. Marcus was 34, exhausted and broke, but hopeful. Today was different. Today was the interview, a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for a junior operations position at a massive tech company downtown. Good pay, benefits, stability, the kind of job that could finally mean no more skipped meals or overdue bills. He carefully straightened, his only suit jacket, worn thin at the elbows. Lily stirred as he tied his tie. "Daddy, is today the big day?" she asked, rubbing her eyes. He smiled and knelt beside her. "Yeah, sweetheart. Today's the day that could change everything." She hugged him tight. "Good luck, Daddy. You're gonna do great." Those words fueled him as he rushed out the door. Marcus jogged through the busy city streets, heart pounding not just from the run but from nerves. He checked his watch. 20 minutes to spare. He might actually make it early. Then he heard it, a weak cry. "Help! Please!" Marcus slowed. Across the street, near a bus stop bench, an elderly woman lay on the ground. Her purse had spilled open. People passed by. Some glanced. No one stopped. Marcus froze. His interview flashed through his mind. The polished conference room, the hiring manager's handshake, Lila's smile if he got the job. Then he looked at the woman. She was trembling, her gray hair matted to her forehead, her face pale with pain. "Ma'am?" Marcus rushed over. "Can you hear me?" She nodded faintly. I got dizzy." Marcus pulled off his jacket and folded it under her head. He checked her pulse like he'd learned years ago in a first aid class. It was weak but steady. He waved at passing cars. "Someone call 911. A few minutes felt like hours. Marcus stayed by her side, talking softly, trying to keep her awake. He gave her water. He held her hand. Sirens finally wailed in the distance. As paramedics arrived, Marcus checked his watch again. He was going to be late. Very late. One of the paramedics looked at him. "Are you family?" "No," Marcus said quietly. "Just someone who stopped." They lifted the woman onto a stretcher. She grabbed Marcus' sleeve. "Thank you," she whispered, tears in her eyes. "Don't leave." Marcus hesitated, then climbed into the ambulance. By the time he stepped out of the hospital, nearly 2 hours had passed. His phone buzzed with missed calls and emails. The interview was over. Marcus sat on a hard plastic chair in the hospital hallway, head in his hands. For the first time that day, he felt the weight of what had lost. When the nurse told him the woman would be okay, Marcus felt relief, but also heartbreak. On the bus ride home, he stared out the window, wondering how Head explained this to Lily. That night, Lily listened quietly as Marcus told her what happened. "You missed it?" she asked softly. "Yeah," he said, voice cracking. "I'm sorry." She hugged him. "You helped someone, Daddy. That's important too." He smiled, though tears burned his eyes. The next morning, Marcus went back to job boards, back to reality. Then his phone rang. "Hello, this is Marcus Hill. Mr. Hill, this is Evelyn Carter from Carter Innovations. Are you available to come in today?" Marcus' heart stopped. Carter Innovations was the company. Yes, he said, "of course." When Marcus arrived, the office was even more impressive than Head imagined. Glass walls, quiet confidence, power. He was escorted into a boardroom, and then he saw her. The elderly woman from the street sat at the head of the table, dressed elegantly, posture strong, eyes sharp. Marcus froze. She smiled. "Marcus," she said warmly, "please sit." A tall man in an expensive suit stood beside her. "This," she said, placing a hand on his shoulder, "is my son, Daniel Carter, CEO of this company." Marcus felt dizzy. Daniel spoke. "My mother told me everything. About how you stayed with her, missed your interview, put a stranger before yourself." Mrs. Carter leaned forward. "I raised my son to build a powerful company. But power means nothing without character." Marcus swallowed hard. "I just did what anyone should." She shook her head. "No, you did what too few do." Daniel slid a folder across the table. "We'd like to offer you the position," he said, "with full benefits and flexibility for your daughter." Marcus' hands trembled as he opened the folder. This can't be real," he whispered. Mrs. Carter smiled. "Kindness has a way of returning when you least expect it." Weeks later, Marcus walked Lily to school in the morning without rushing. The bills were paid, the fridge was full, life felt lighter. One evening, Lily looked up at him and said, "Daddy, are we rich now?" Marcus laughed softly. "Not in the way people think." He knelt and looked her in the eyes. "We were rich the moment we chose to help someone." Years later, Marcus would still stop when others rushed by. He never forgot that day. Never forgot how close he came to giving up kindness for fear. And Mrs. Carter? She funded a citywide program helping single parents find work. She said Marcus reminded her of the world she wanted to see. Kindness didn't just change one life, it changed many. Sometimes, the moment you think you're losing everything is the moment you're becoming who you were meant to be. So the next time life puts you in a hurry and someone needs help, remember this story. You never know who you're helping or how far your kindness will travel. If this story touched your heart, share it. Be the reason someone believes in goodness again. Because kindness, even when it costs you, always pays forward.